But right now we want to turn our attention to the state of Florida, where we're following chilling new details of the death of an 18-year-old girl who was found dead on a Carnival cruise ship earlier this month.
This news has just been spreading like wildfire. ABC News is reporting that Anna Kepner's cause of death was asphyxiation, resulting from a, quote, bar hold. That's when an arm is placed across the neck. So we're hearing that investigators found 2 bruises on the side of her neck, but no sign of sexual assault or drugs or alcohol in her system, according to these reports.
Kepner's body was reportedly found underneath a bed, possibly covered with blankets, even life jackets. Her 16-year-old stepbrother is now considered a suspect, but has not been charged.
Now, Kepner's grandparents spoke with ABC's Good Morning America this morning about their step-grandson's possible connection to their granddaughter, Anna Kepner's death. Take a listen.
He was in a room with her. He was the only one seen coming and going. So I can't accuse him because I don't know what happened in that room. But the summation would be that he did something. He was a good student.
Played soccer.
He played soccer. Very quiet young man. He had demons, I think, in his past, and he was trying to deal with those.
Let's bring in former L.A. County Deputy Public Defender Philip Dubé. This one is, it's a heartbreaker, like all our cases, but also a mystery. What happened here? What are your takeaways with what we know?
Well, the one thing that I have learned over the years, Ted and Julia, is surveillance cameras are not always accurate. They're only as good as their sensitivity in picking up all the movement. I cannot tell you how many times I have had very serious cases over the years where the case centers around surveillance footage. And your client, namely my client, is the only one coming and going from the crime scene. The problem is we were able to show that the equipment was constantly subject to maintenance, repair, calibration, and accuracy problems, and was not always picking up the movement of people coming and going. So to be fair to this kid, if in fact this equipment was not properly functioning or was just sort of whimsical in what it picked up, then you get a skewed result. And it really could be that the kid is innocent. So what I would do is I would bring in a technician to really look at that equipment, look at the calibration, the accuracy, and the maintenance records of that equipment to see if it's been historically on the fritz. If so, a jury would have to hear about this.
Yeah, Philip, we're talking about things that would happen after their charges, but there have been no charges yet. What do you think the reason is that if detectives, investigators, and prosecutors have all of the information that the public has, of course they do, is that probable cause, in your opinion?
It might fall short of probable cause. If they don't have a statement from him, at least contradicting what the evidence is, or him denying even being in the room, and they have him clearly going in there on video, then maybe. But it sounds like it's falling short of that. The other thing that could be going on is whether or not there is a tussle between the state and federal sovereigns as to who's going to go first with a prosecution. This case, clearly because it was on international waters, would fall under admiralty and maritime law. And in theory, the United States would have jurisdiction over it, and they could take the first crack at it, but there could be some type of dispute as to who will go first. It could be that the nation where the ship was off the coast of might want to take a crack at him, and there could be a statute in the home state of the 16-year-old that would foreclose a second prosecution if the first prosecution necessarily covered the same elements. They won't put anybody, let alone a juvenile, in jeopardy twice for a crime that's already been prosecuted by another sovereign. We have that out here in California. It's sort of a statutory double jeopardy right. So it sounds like that there might be a tension between the two sovereigns as to who's going to go first.
According to Grandma, the key cards and I think videos, which you sort of alluded to, does place this stepbrother in the room alone with Anna near the time when they believe she suffered the fatal injury. She is very articulate. She was even in that interview with the FBI saying that he didn't have anything really to say except for he doesn't remember, and he was emotional. He was having difficulty following. Now, she left that interview, and the FBI continued with him, so that there's probably more to it. Here is Grandma talking about the last time that she saw her granddaughter, Anna.
We had dinner. Anna wasn't feeling well. She just said, Mima, I think I'm going to go back to my room for a little bit. And she must have felt better because she got dressed up and she came down. We were playing in the casino. She didn't win anything, and she said, Mima, I love you guys. I'll see you later. And we never saw her again after that.
Philip, the brother, stepbrother, all the eyes are on him. You've got these demons that he had. I mean, he's a 16-year-old.
Yeah.
Will he be tried as an adult if indeed they do believe he killed her?
Probably. They probably will, unfortunately. And the reason why is they can. In most jurisdictions, and I believe even in the federal jurisdictions, 16-year-olds can stand trial as an adult, particularly in a homicide. And also if they feel he cannot be rehabilitated by age 21. Remember, the goal of the juvenile justice system is to get juveniles help so that they're productive members of society when they reach the age of majority. And given that he only has 5 years between the age of 16 and 21 to really reach that milestone, it sounds like the adult courts might be better equipped to deal with it. It's sad, but it's true. And one other point, if in addition to video, they have that key card access digital footprint, that is damning. Because if nobody else is coming and going digitally, let alone via video surveillance, that is extremely damaging evidence, and that really could sink him. Unless somehow somebody made their way through the balcony, assuming they had a balcony cabin with a slider, and somebody crawled down like Spider-Man and opened the door and got in there and had their way with the girl. But he would have had to have been in the cabin at the same time. So if the three of them were in there and he was not able to fight off Spider-Man, it's not looking good for him.
Yeah, with that autopsy report and the cause of death now on the record, I think we could be seeing something a lot more definitive from
Oh, yeah.
the FBI and law enforcement in this case.